Spider-Man classic costumes. Let's rank them. Today we're going to be talking about what is the best Spider-Man classic costume in all of media, minus the comics. So down here you can see we've got the best, well, not the best, just all of the classic costumes I could find, from the 60s cartoon to probably Spider-Man's animated cartoon. Yes, this is one fan-made project. I know. You're like, oh, if you're gonna include one fan-made project, you should include all of them. But you know, let's continue. Let's just go. So from the get-go, let's start with my goat, Universal Spider-Man. Very obvious Ultimate right here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a sucker for these homemade styled costumes that performers will usually wear, where it's just fabric and that's it, nothing else. And they don't even try doing like actual glass kind of lenses. It's a full mesh lens. It's just a bodysuit. It's got gloves that you can take off. It's got boots you can take off. It's a shirt and pants, and it's just incredible. It is amazing, and I love it. And it's so simple yet effective. Not to mention it uses the Romita design, so you know, peak as. Next up, I just want to go ahead and get the fan one out of the way. So this is PSM's animated series design. I'm gonna be honest, I do like it. I like the colors a lot. I do think that the colors are great. I think that the web wings help it pop more since it's animated. It's got, you know, such a dark blue that the white wings or underarm webs pop more underneath the arms. But that, you know, it's got a glaring detail that is, you know, not seen on any other Spider-Man suits besides TASM 1. That leg strip, you know, that's a little iffy to me. So I'm thinking it's going in amazing. Next on the list, my goat, Spider-Ham. Easy. Do I even have to explain? Alright, next up, this one's a popular one, TASM 2. Now, the thing to take into account is we're ranking classic suits, we're ranking on the adaptation of the classic suit. The formatting of the costume is incredible, the colors are great, but the logos are where this costume, in my opinion, lose its fervor a bit. I used to love the longer logos for Spider-Man when I was little, because I grew up with Raimi and TASM. But the thing is, now that I'm older, I do prefer when the spider stays in its lane instead of going all the way down the chest. Plus, the spider on the front doesn't start high enough, and I feel like the spider on the back and the front should always be at least slightly different, which they didn't do for this suit or TASM 1. So for those two things, I'm gonna have to put it in amazing. Next up on the list, let's go ahead and get TASM out of the way. Where is it? There it is. TASM 1 is our first decent. Look, I love the costume. Do not get me wrong. I love the costume. The design is incredible. The lenses especially are amazing to me. And how Andrew moves in it is just spectacular. But the thing is, as an adaptation of the classic suit, it's just not, you know, it's not all there. The formatting's a bit off. It's got these weird spiral arm things on the gloves, goes around it with a blue strip and goes into the fingers. You've got this weird leg stripe on the costume going from the belt to the boot. The webs are iffy to me too, because they're more just rounded lines rather than web looking. They look more like a grid than web. I feel like that's a big problem with both of Andrew's suits, to be honest with you. The webs looking like more like a grid line than actual webs. They never really tried to do the actual like curve shape you can see on Spider-Ham here. Let's talk about Brand New Day. Now, I've seen a lot of buzz online about this costume and how it's the second coming of Christ in terms of Spider-Man costumes. Everyone has been glazing this costume. I understand the glaze. After all that we've had Peter be put in this universe, in this timeline, in this continuity. But the thing is, it still has certain issues that the TASM suit has. Both TASM suits. It has the exact same logo on the front and the back. You know, the colors as well. I don't know if it's gonna look like this in the movie, but from this photo, the colors look a bit off. I don't like how they went for a more teal turquoise kind of coloration on the blue. Let me move my mouse so you can see it better. rather than going for that darker, more meadow blue kind of. So you know, I'm gonna have to put it in just amazing. The raised webs carry, the eyes carry, and the red carries, as well as them big, bulky external web shooters. Oh my god, I love this so much. Next up, we got my boy Spider-Man. This design. Firstly, it's just Eves Brooks' costume as the base, so that's already spectacular, at least. I'll say the wrist thing does bring it down for me, just because there's only one. If there were two of them, if it was a symmetrical costume with those, it would be completely fine by me. But it's just that it has the one, that bothers me a lot. The eyes sometimes can be iffy. I think they might have made multiple masks for the costume, because I've seen eyes where it's like this, where it looks like this, where it's like one eye is slanted while the other one's like more bulgy, so it's like it looks like he's emoting. I've also seen masks where it's just completely the exact same eye on both. There's the exact same shape on both eyes. So I'm not sure if this image is correct to represent it. I'm gonna go spectacular. This is our first spectacular. All right, next up, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You know, for a show that I didn't like particularly too much, this costume isn't terrible, but the lore aspect of it, it brings it down so much. This costume was made with an Oscorp fabricator. An Oscorp fabricator. Peter Parker didn't even try to make this costume. I think it's supposed to play into the branding, because it's like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but they used his classic back logo as the front logo. He didn't even attempt to do a spider. He's just wearing a tick on his chest. Other than that, though, the design isn't too bad. I know that the blue section does have some unnecessary lining, like the MCU likes to do, but I mean, it's not too bad of a suit. The eyes shape is good. It's not. The eye shape reminds me of like the PS4 advanced suit eyes, actually, weirdly enough. The red is a good color. The blue is actually a good color too. And I do like the web shooter and the hand pads there. But it's just that logo and the unnecessary lines and the lore carry it down for me, where it's going in decent. Especially, something that pisses me off actually is that he did not get this costume until the last episode of the season. And on top of that, he didn't make the costume. What are we doing, Disney? What are we... Next up, we're going to start off with Marvel's Spider-Man 2017 show. This is the first costume he wears, so it's pretty much the classic suit with segments and belt, blue soles, and blue wrists. It's like a segmented wrist thing almost. It's supposed to be his web shooters. This was before... There is a second design that has slight alterations, like a weird dip in the belt and stuff. This design is actually not that bad. This is just the classic suit with little minor stuff. You know, it's harder to tell that it's not just the classic costume. The colors are nice. You've got this good balance between the blue and the red, both being kind of darker, but at the same time it's shaded because it's a cartoon. In the show, it does look worse, simply because of how they colored the show. But in this art, it looks good. So I'm gonna give it an amazing. Next up, we're just gonna go ahead and get the other Marvel Spider-Man costume out of the way. Yeah, it's crazy to me how little you can change the classic design with it and make it look bad. Like, they did minor stuff to go from this to this. There's a dip in the belt in the back. It looks weird. It goes like go ahead and draw it on screen, because it goes like this and then this and then it's like a weird U shape. It's weird. I don't know. The belt on the front is the exact same as this costume, but they segmented the shoulders from the sleeves and it looks bad. And they didn't even, it's not like an MCU case where they took borders to segment it. No, it's just cutting and it sucks. Next up, a lot of y'all's GOAT. Spectacular. This is a bad image. I needed a zoomed in or zoomed out version. Amazing. Yeah. I know some of y'all are like, what? No, he should have been Spectacular Ultimate. He should have been Spectacular Ultimate. Look, The colors on this costume are my one gripe. And the colors can bring a costume down a crazy amount. The eyes being yellow and the underarm webs kind of being like that yellowish tint, I do like that a lot. Next up, switching to video games now. Insomniac's classic Spider-Man costume. Mid! No, I'm kidding. It's decent. Is it actually? I don't know. The colors are iffy to me. The colors are bad on the costume. I also really don't like the logos. They just are bland to me, and I don't like how pointy the back logo is. It's not like an ultimate kind of pointy. It's just sharp. It's going to Mega Crap for now. If you want, you can fight me on that in the comments. Continuing the course of video games. Shattered Dimensions. It's amazing. The blue is iffy to me. That's the main thing. The blue is iffy, and I have not really had any sort of connection to the Eric Larson logo. So, and then finally, my GOAT. Without a doubt, zero questioning. It's a darker suit for a darker Spider-Man story. It's got sharp features, and it's got the big, round glass lenses. It's amazing. My one gripe is that it doesn't have the little circle thing between the lenses where the webs come out of. We don't know where the webs come out of on the costume. Colors, like I said, darker suit for a darker Spider-Man. At least it's not like orange, red, and then like a deep, cool blue. It's got this like turquoise, tealish blue that also pairs with the orange red. So it works. It's crazy to saturate it, but it works. Continuing on video games, we have the Neversoft Spider-Man design. It's amazing. The costume is amazing. It's held back by the fact that there are no webs. So obviously, if we bring in the Inter-Electro design, that's going to be spectacular. Or even just the Dreamcast Spider-Man design. Just whenever he has webs. Marvel's Avengers classic costume. Amazing. The colors, the blue is there, the red isn't. It's got these amazing camera-like lenses. The front logo is awesome. It's the Romita era logo. The back logo is just the classic costume. If I would say anything about the costume, it's that the back logo does look kind of small. The costume does have these weird toe shoe things, and the belt does round out instead of coming to a point. I don't like either of those. The belt rounding out instead of coming to a point makes him look a bit chunky, makes him look a bit chubby. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the framing of the costume. Plus, this is one of the more muscular Spider-Man we've had in video games as of recent years. And the toe shoes are they just seem weird. On paper, they seem like it would be a good idea, but in execution, it just looks strange. So, amazing. Now, though, continuing with Marvel's Avengers. We have our first ass suit. Not only does it cut the sleeves, but it cuts the front part of the belt. It keeps the toe shoes, gets rid of the camera lenses, and gives him this weird bracket webbing, and it looks weird. It looks ass. And the front logo and the back logo are the exact same. The exact same. The only change is the color. But on the front logo, instead of being all black, it's got this blue inner layer to it. It's ew. Other than that, though, the colors on the costume are good. That's why it doesn't belong with Paul. But the weird MCU lines, along with the modernization, it just sucks.